Boy, Preacher's fucking weird.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's all I really have.
It was created by Garth Ennis. What do you expect?
Delightful, but it's really strange.
It's also a Seth Rogen production, so
Yeah.
the fact that he commits to the weirdness is top notch. Yeah.
And holy
Model-
shit, this show is violent.
Oh yeah.
Especially,
I mean, like,
the-
season 1, this is going to be weird for me because I don't remember if I did finish season 1. So there's a bit of confusion for me going into this. But I kind of got the gist of what was going on. I just may need some things filled in. But I remember season 1 being this over the top. Like, I think, 5 minutes into episode 1, the top half of someone's head is being blown off.
Yeah, I think so. I mean,
Yeah.
Cassidy eats a whole cow at some point, so...
also there
That
was that
awesome.
part during the season finale of season 1 where everyone in Anvil is just has basically lost it, and they're either killing people, having sex, and then the whole town just blows up.
I do love that the world that this TV show inhabits is completely bonkers.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of like how should I put this? It's like the world's most fucked up cartoon.
It's like the weird comedy it has where I think it's like episode 2 when he sees the Saint, and like there just happens to be a rifle convention nearby, and everyone comes out armed, and Jesse's like, "Get him!"
Yeah.
It's so good.
And they all open fire.
The best part of that episode was when they're hiding in one of the rooms, a guy with his arm blown off.
Okay, that was like I was like, "What is happening?" So I think I left the room real quick to like get a drink or something, and came back, and they're arguing with a one-armed man.
Yeah.
And they won't
Over
give him a
root beer.
quarter.
And they won't give him a quarter.
God damn it.
What was it that they wanted?
He wanted
He wanted a root beer, and
Oh,
they
I
kept
want
on
a
giving him
root
ginger
beer.
ale. Yeah. So good.
Yeah, and I
What a
love that
weird fucking show.
the Saint then grabs him, shoves him into the vending machine, and then quarters pop out.
Yeah.
Great payoff.
Oh, I missed that too.
It was great.
That's a good gag.
Yeah.
Graham McTavish is great as the Saint.
He really is.
I mentioned the first few minutes of episode 1. The first 10 minutes of episode 1, it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's really good.
Like the use of the music and the cops and the explosions and the action, and it's all very well done.
I didn't know what the hell was going on, but it really had my attention.
Yeah.
There's
There's
all
a
that matters to me at this point.
Yeah, there's a weird pace going on that I really like, and that not a lot of other shows I feel could keep up with or hold that kind of momentum. So, yeah,
And when it's not being over the top and violent, it's being just straight up bizarre.
yeah,
Like
Or
the
it's
fact
like-
that I think it's Tulip.
Yeah.
yeah.
Tulip has to siphon gas from another car using someone's intestines.
Yeah, and they just drag it with them like
just
a tail.
drags in the
like
back
a tail.
There's no big deal. And like
Yeah,
just
it's kinda
to,
perfect.
for the comment in the world, they get like they get to the gas station, like the dude there is just like, "Well, where are you guys going?" That's a seemingly only reaction to a woman who's got blood in her face and some intestines being dragged behind a vehicle.
Yeah.
Also, when the Saint rips the guy's tongue out.
So good.
That was cringy. I could not watch that.
The
Only
gore
if
is
it was
surprising.
if it was like a second and a half shorter, I'd be okay with it. But the fact that it's so agonizingly long, and that tug is just too.
Yeah.
Nope. As soon as he was like, "Open your mouth," I'm like, "Oh God, don't do it, don't do it." And then he grabbed it. I was like, "No, fuck, this is Old Boy over again."
Yeah.
Hard to say which scene is worse to watch, this one or an Old Boy, where dude cuts his own tongue off with a pair of scissors. Yeah, ouch. Hunter, have you
This
seen
show-
Old Boy?
Yes, I have.
Okay, the original or the remake?
I've seen both.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah. That movie is I always say this. It's the worst thing you could ever do to somebody. It's just like that. What they did to.
Not to get too off topic, but an old boy, it's like, how do you describe to someone? It's like, it's lots of really terrible things being done by lots of really terrible people. And
Yes,
you really
and then
don't know who you feel sorry for.
Accurate.
And then it ends in the most fucked up way possible.
Yeah, no one has any closure, and it's just like, it's just a colossal fuck you to everybody. But anyway, Preacher. This is good shit, and I'm hoping, well, this is obviously the start of it. I'm glad we get to cover it now, because I definitely want it to fall under our little umbrella of shit that we talk about and cover.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's
There's a lot of TV now, folks, alright?
Yeah.
It takes a while to get to it all.
There's a lot of TV now.
Yeah, I'm glad we get the time to just focus on this one.
I'm glad the summary exists, because the CW stuff, I mean, for some reason, it feels like we watched CW stuff for almost a year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a long time.
It was very long, and
Also, there's 20 episodes in each, like, pretty
Over
much each
20.
yeah,
season.
and some were taking breaks, and then not taking breaks, and then coming back at later, like, Legends ends on a break the other three shows.
Yep.
Yeah. I mean, we watched 100 hours of television, so this summer is like, it's nice compared to that.
Now, I am a complete virgin when it comes to Preacher comics, so this is kind of my first dip into any of this, really, between season 1 and this.
Yeah, same. I really don't know much about it, but I like the tone of this show a lot. And I like that they alternate between this weird satirical edge and this just extreme violence. And if that's what the comics are like, then I might have to check them out someday. But yeah, I really like the feel of this show. And I like all the weird things that they add in, like the little references. Like every single time you see the Saint coming, it's kind of an Follows reference.
Was there a Jurassic Park gag with that guy? Like, I swear the glass of water was supposed to be a Jurassic Park gag.
Oh, I feel like that happened, yeah. But like the rotating camera, I kept thinking, okay, you're referencing It Follows. That's great. That's not a weird thing to reference.
I love that every time the Saint appeared, he literally always appeared the same way, where like there's a far shot and him just like looming over the horizon.
Yeah, and then he would just be there.
Stomps into frame.
Mm-hmm.
Is that Tyler Mane? I didn't get a look at his face.
No, that's Graham McTavish. I think more people would know him from... No. Most people know him from Modern Warfare, from the Modern Warfare games.
How tall is that motherfucker? Okay, he is 6 feet tall.
He's pretty big, yeah.
Yeah, I was just saying, he's a massive man.
Doesn't he play McTavish?
Yeah.
Okay, that's what I thought. I mean, not McTavish.
Price.
What's his name?
So McTavish
Price,
from...
Price, yeah.
Is it Price?
Price. Yeah. It's Price.
Yeah, he plays Price. Which one does he die in? Is it the second one?
I believe the second one.
I don't remember.
Spoilers.
Does he ever die? Somebody dies.
Soap
it's
dies in Modern Warfare 3. Price takes out the guy responsible for the whole thing.
Yeah, that's right. Because you fight
there's a big boss
Colonel
battle.
Fuckface.
Yeah, there's a big Call of Duty lore.
Hey, I know the Modern Warfare games, and I know Black Ops 1, so let me have this.
I just tried to play Black Ops 1 and 2 recently, and I'm reminded how much I hate... Because I'm not a multiplayer dude for those games, so I jump in the single player, and I'm reminded how much I hate the single-player Call of Duty formula.
Play Titanfall 2.
The only Call of Duty games I have right now on my Xbox are Call of Duty 2, Call of Duty 3, Black Ops, Infinite Warfare, Modern Warfare, World at War, and I pre-order for World War II.
I like how Alan said the only games I have, and then proceeds to list 7.
Yeah, you just listed like half of the.
Hey, you list them all pretty much.
The only Call of Duty games I have are all of them.
Well, I listed
also World of War under classic.
So Preacher,
yeah, we keep on.
So yeah, the pace of this show is very strange because it's kind of, I want to say it moves along, but it also doesn't.
Yeah,
they seem like they're constantly in transit, but they always stay in one place for
an episode.
Yeah.
an episode, like, they kind of seem to pass through a general area and spend a few minutes at a time in any one given place.
Yep.
Yeah, and once
But
the
you're also
Saint
almost
shows up.
always with these three.
Yeah.
You're never with anybody else.
Yeah, because the first episode, it's mostly at that other preacher's house.
With the
And
fucking
I
girl
love-
in a cage. I'm sorry, like, I must
So
have missed the
great.
purpose of that. Was, like,
The idea is that so when people are too sinful in his town, they come to him and he puts them in a cage to help them get over whatever they're going through. So this girl, I guess, was addicted to Instagram
oh,
and
Jesus.
social networking. So he was keeping her in a cage to cure her social networking addiction. Yeah,
Wow,
crazy shit.
Fucked up.
this show.
Mm-hmm.
Hold on,
Yeah.
I'll be right back.
Yeah. I mean, I really just want to talk about the fucking angel in episode 3 who's
No.
for some
He's-
reason...
He's
Episode
teased-
2.
He's teased in episode 1 when Cassidy says something about it, like he
Oh, he's watching him on TV, right? And he's like, holy shit.
Yeah.
the amazing Ganesh.
And then episode 2 is we see him as a magician
Fiore.
using his ability to not die, which is kind of brilliant, I think. Yeah, that was
that
a
entire
funny-
montage of him murdering himself, only to, like, Groundhog Day
So-
beside himself was very amusing. Like, what was it?
Yeah,
Like
he
gives
love
the
it.
prostitute, like, what was it, a prostitute or just some woman he picked up? He gives her all of his gambling chips and then immediately blows his head off.
so good. He keeps on hanging himself, and I think he drowns
He's
himself
so
at one
depressed that he just wants to kill himself over and over again, and then discovers he can do it as a magician, and people buy it as some kind of weird act. Which
I
I
love
was dying when the fucking saint killed him, and then, like, the audience
Yeah.
waits and then just starts booing because he doesn't reappear.
Yeah, this
He's fucking
sucks.
dead. Yeah,
Fuck
he's
magic. Fuck this magic. I want my money back.
Oh, man. Oh, damn, it's so good.
So,
So I'm a big
Yeah.
fan of Cass.
oh man, I've loved him
Cass is
since
the best.
Cass is the best.
I've loved him since Misfits.
Yeah, his presence is very energetic. I like the actor playing him. The
Yeah.
line, for some reason, when he delivered a line like episode 1, where he's like, why's the umbrella? He's like, oh, burst into flames, let it. He says it so fucking frankly.
And I love when the cop is bringing him over. He has the
What? He said it'll burst into flames.
yeah. Oh, my favorite phrase from episode 1: "Mace yourself in the balls."
Oh my god. Yeah, that was cringy.
Yeah, and I love Tulip being all like, "This is an invasion of privacy" or whatever. Yeah, that was
Like, she's initially like, what is it, episode 2? She's like, no more Genesis. And then she's like, you know what? Now's a good time for Genesis.
right. So good. That's a great little twist.
Like I said, this is a weird watch for me because I did watch season 1. I don't remember if I finished it. So, God is missing? God is gone?
Yeah.
Well, yes.
So they called like an angel who was pretending to be God, and Jesse made him tell the truth, basically.
He used Genesis.
And yeah, and somehow God is walking the earth, and he's just left everybody with holding the bag.
Yeah, he just
sounds
kinda-
like it.
I think. I don't want to spoil it. Never mind. Because I think how much experience do you guys have with Preacher?
Like I said, season one and this, I've never read any of the books.
You never read any books?
Yeah,
I
same.
own all 6 trades.
Yeah, so we know the answer to Alan.
So
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I've read most of the first trade. I kind of fucked up the beginning of the second trade.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm gonna read it now that I've had this kind of experience with it. I'm definitely gonna get into it because I need something else to read in the meantime while I'm waiting for all the DC books to hit.
Can we at least talk about the group, that mysterious group? Because I think me and Hunter know who they are.
The people with the white hoods.
Yeah.
The show has been pretty close to the comics, so if it's close, then I bet it's that. But,
Can I say it?
I mean, if you want to spoil it, I guess.
The Grail.
I think so.
No, because Air Star.
Oh yeah.
That was a
Yeah, we saw.
that was like
we saw that dude.
Yeah, it was 100% confirmation.
Yeah, he looks like an interesting dude. Yeah, I definitely think that if he's anything like Jackie Earle Haley as far as
Owning King
villainousness, yeah, if he's nearly as interesting a villain as that, then I think this is going to be a good season, good show. Yeah.
Okay, so what? There was something that implied that it was a scene that took place in Hell with was it Arseface?
Yeah.
Yeah.
With
Is that
Hitler.
actual Hell?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Hell. So Hell.
You got remember
guess-
the stuff with the Saint in season 1?
Yeah.
Not, like I said, I don't remember if I finished season 1, so I'm
No.
So
lost.
It was
season 1. You find out that Hell is just you repeating the worst day of your life over and over.
Oh, okay, and it's when he shot himself and that girl shot herself.
Yeah.
Which I remember
So,
being referenced a lot in season 1, so.
Yeah, for the Saint, it's the day that is, it's, well, probably a week or so, but the period in time in which he was trying to get a cure for his wife and son, and came home and they were dead, and then he took it, then he put his guns back on. That was his Hell. So Hell is, for Hitler, is whatever the worst day of his life was, I guess. We'll see what that is. I'll be interested to see what they think that is.
Arseface's little story bit was interesting.
Yeah.
But I think I missed it
without...
right before... Yeah, right for that, without that fucking facial apparatus. When he kissed that girl, did she say ew and shoot herself?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fucked up.
I know. I was like, I'm siding with Arseface.
That is
Yeah.
fucked up.
But
Fucked up.
Connor, here's the thing about Arseface in the comics.
He
has his own language.
Well, I mean, I gather that much from season 1 when, like, the way he spoke. Now, did he die in season 1?
No, Jesse sent him to hell.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, that's weird.
On accident.
Oh.
Yeah.
And the thing is, there was an episode halfway through season 1 where he thought that he brought him back, and turned out to be his mind fucking with him.
Yep.
I actually thought that it was that he had brought him back. I was so mad.
Yeah, I mean, that's television for you. I never expect them to do what they say they're doing. You know, there's always a cost or whatever. Yeah.
This kind of reminded me of when I watch other show. They kind of remind me of like each one. Ash vs. Evil Dead.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Ash vs.
it
Evil Dead
is
is a bit more cartoony, but it
Yeah.
seems to kind of have a similar vibe.
Yeah.
It's a very, very similar tone, I think. And I do think the characterization is a little bit better, maybe, but it is strikingly similar.
Yeah.
I do like they both sort of merge comedy and horror very well. So
Yes, I mean tonally, Ash vs. Evil Dead is way more cartoony, but I mean this gets pretty goddamn cartoony.
yeah. I do like that it's sort of like unhinging itself each episode. Like
I don't think it never feels hinged at all. Like
Mhm.
every episode seems to launch you into some kind of insanity. Like I remember in season 1, I didn't know what the fuck I was expecting at a cast because I was told I would like him, and his entire sequence in the airplane was stunning.
Mm-hmm. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
AMC gets away with a lot of shit.
Yeah. Cass is just the most interesting character. Like the fact that he has a French friend and he never learned French, and they're somehow they're old enemies or whatever. But he's just like walking up to him, and he's like, "We're gonna stay with you," and he's like, in French, he's just like, "Fine, whatever." But he seems to not like him at all. I love it.
That was the older guy, right?
Yeah.
Dennis.
Okay. This all, like I said, this all blended together a lot, especially when you watch all three of them back to back to back, like I did this morning. So it did feel like one long blur, and I couldn't tell you where things took place in certain episodes because it all kind of feels, not that it feels samey as in it's like monotonous, but everything feels like it happens within the same, like it could happen in the same few minutes, I guess. I don't know, it's interesting.
Yeah.
I like it a lot. I did like season 1 a lot from what I saw. This is something I've slept on for a bit too long, so now I have a good enough reason to go back and watch everything and keep up with this one. And we're doing The Tick next, aren't we?
Yes, I think.
Well, no, Defenders before The Tick.
That's
Defenders,
right.
yeah,
Oh,
that's-
fuck
They-
yes.
They come out like within a week of each other, but yeah.
Oh, fuck yes. I am more excited for the Defenders than I am for some movies.
Fun fact about The Tick. The actor playing The Tick was in, I think, Dark Souls 2 or 3.
That's weird.
A.k.a. the voice actor for Darth Maul.
Yeah, he's been in a lot of things. He was the spoilers. He's the guy in Guardians who sacrifices himself from the Nova Corps.
That's also that's the voice of Pate. The one who's like, what a bunch of a-holes. Yeah, that's Pate.
Yeah.
That's untrustworthy Pate. I'm your friend. Maybe not.
I'm not surprised.
Fuck you, Pate.
I mean, he was basically the same type of person in Shaun of the Dead.
kind of a shifty prick.
Yeah, they both hated him.
He's very good at that. I wish I had more to say about Preacher at the moment, but for me, and this is kind of like a reintroduction. Because I burned through, like I said, I didn't even finish season 1. I may have to go back and see like where or what point I remember and what point I don't. So this is kind of like dipping my feet in a little more. I'm super into it, and I can't wait for the next 3 episodes. So
the show's still great. It's still weird, and they still go to interesting settings and places and use those settings well. And I feel like they never go for the easy joke most of the time. But like, Cass makes a Terminator joke.
Yes.
Or Terminator 2.
Yeah. He's like, is he the Terminator or is he Terminator 2?
Didn't he say also a Nazgul?
Yes.
Yes.
Which was so great. Yeah. So there's a magician stunt or whatever, I don't know what they call it, but there's a trick that they do. And my first thought was, this is like Dr. Gore or something. Because it's when he's having himself sliced in half.
Oh, yeah.
And the blood is just spraying out.
Oh, I love how they have the...
It was very, I want to say, it reminded me of a movie called The Wizard of Gore that I think is
that's what I'm thinking of.
Herschel Gordon Lewis, I think, is the guy behind it. I think that could be wrong. That sounds familiar. He made he's basically just like a dude who's known for peddling like tasteless, like nasty gore films. Usually involving some kind of like weird like stage show. Like Wizard of Gore is exactly that. Super exploitative and very entertaining.
Who was the comedian with the mallet and the watermelon?
Gallagher?
Yeah, because that was my first thought when I saw the people with the ponchos on, or with the suit in the splash zone. I was like, oh shit, it's Gallagher.
I must have missed that.
It was during the chainsaw bit. When the blood,
I know. I must have missed that.
blood is spraying, and people have like they have the plastic. Yeah, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, by the way, this just in case anybody's interesting, they remade The Wizard of Gore with Crispin Glover. So, that's a thing that happened.
What?
What?
Oh, I'm tracking that shit down. Give me that trash. That is gonna be a hell of an experience.
So if you want to see...
Oh, I want to see
Yeah,
that
if you want to
on,
see Crispin Glover, Glover it up.
What do you do to get someone like Crispin Glover, who, while not a superstar, is like kind of a reputable actor, to go do a remake of Wizard of fucking Gore?
And he looks like he's really just...
What do you have to tell Crispin? What, just like, hey, you want to do it? And he's like, yeah, okay.
That's a low-key really good Crispin Glover impression.
Connor, please do a movie dump episode on that.
We're gonna have to now. I don't. I wonder if Joe knows that. Our next one's Rumpelstiltskin. I think that's gonna be the next one we record before we start actually releasing stuff, because we still want like a bank of episodes before anything comes out.
How many have you got so far?
2.
Okay.
Oh god, they made it in coordination with Suicide Girls. God damn it.
Oh man, did he ruin your paycheck that 2 months? Like, what the fuck? He's like, man, my phone bills are really behind. It's weird because I'm Crispin Glover and I should be set. I was in Back to the Future. And Charlie's Angels residuals. I don't know. Anyway, I don't have much else to say about Preacher.
Yeah, I can just like go through my notes and see if it rekindles
I
some
have
stuff.
a news story that I just stumbled upon that I think all of us are going to find very amusing, and I'm sure we can talk about it for a few minutes. I'll just read the headline and I'll wait for laughter. Spawn remake delayed due to Todd McFarlane's demands.
Where have I heard that before?
What? What is he
Like
demanding?
a headline is generated that says exactly this every 5 years.
More like every 2 years, but yeah.
Yeah, I think this is a quote. It says, so I'm not selling it, but if you want to see the rough draft, I'll send it to you, but just so everybody knows, I write, produce, direct, non-negotiable.
Oh, yeah, like that's gonna happen.
Hey, Todd. Let me tell you about this guy named Frank Miller, who had a presence in film for a little while after Sin City, and then he decided he was going to go direct a movie. And the result is a hilarious catastrophe. One that I can't wait to watch on here and talk about because it is completely absurd. I don't think Todd McFarlane can direct a movie.
I have something. I will reply to that. The guy who created Wing Commander directed the Wing Commander movie.
Oh.
Wait,
yeah.
Todd McFarlane directed Wing Commander?
No, the creator.
No, the guy who made Wing Commander.
The game. He directed the movie based on it.
What?
And that movie had Matt Lillard
and Freddie Prinze Jr. Okay. Todd McFarlane directed Wing Commander the movie.
No, not Todd McFarlane. God damn it!
You're confusing me.
The creator of Wing Commander. No, okay, I get what Alan is getting at. He's giving you another example of a time where
the creator of Wing Commander directed the movie based on his work, and he was a steaming pile of shit.
Yeah.
That's what you're saying. Okay. All right. Never mind.
Yeah.
Which is funny because the Spirit's not even Frank Miller's thing. He just liked it a lot, and I'm like, you liked it a lot to make this.
Well,
yeah, but don't you want to see The Dark Knight Returns as directed by Frank Miller?
Don't
you want that?
Absolutely love to see how fucking batshit movie that movie would be. No pun intended.
What about Dark Knight?
Todd McFarlane is like his own worst enemy when it comes to this fucking Spawn movie. Because as far as I understand, he has been the one who is the constant source of delay.
Yeah.
Because he's always, oh, it's got to be hard R, nothing, blah, 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 blah. And like every 2 years, he gets in front of a camera or a reporter or someone and spews this narrative that there's a Spawn movie coming out. And
that's never going to get made.
In 20 years, Todd...
Like, here's the thing, if he...
They added the old one to Netflix because people are, for some reason, just watching it now.
Right. It's so weird. I mean,
times my feed yesterday, people were just watching Spawn on Facebook. I'm like, what the fuck is happening?
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah,
too.
why?
I mean, of course, Connor, you're giving them the link to our Spawn movie special
I
whenever you
should
see
be.
that. Correct.
Some people were like, I'm like, you're not going to listen to this. But I'm just like, people are like, wow, just found this on Netflix. I'm like, what fucking, like, where have I been? Spawn coming on, like, there was a headline.
I guess people are
Spawn
really into
Netflix. I was like, why is that a headline? Why is Spawn coming to Netflix a headline on a website anywhere?
People have been waiting for Spawn. I don't know why.
Is it because it's
As
the
we've seen
only
on this
Spawn
show.
film? They're just like, well, I'll take what I can get.
Right. Like, I mean, is there really that much of a hunger for Spawn?
If
Like-
you are that compelled to go watch a Spawn product, why aren't you not A, slapping yourself in the face, and then B, immediately going to track down the HBO series?
Right.
You don't
Like-
have to track it down. It's on HBO Go.
Yeah, and it's always going to be there. It's always there.
Well, see, nobody
You
has
just need to watch it. Yeah. Like,
intolerable
the only
people.
way Todd McFarlane gets Spawn done is if he teams with Netflix, and they pair him with like one of their standard people, one of their standard showrunners who's showrunner a bunch of shows, and he has to work with them, and they give him like, I don't know, 8 episodes or something. That's the only way his version of Spawn gets made. Because no movie studio is going to let him direct and write and produce the entire movie on his own.
Yeah. And you know what? I'd rather see a TV series. Because the thing I like about the HBO series is a long story with lots of like weird melodrama in between, where it's lots of Al sitting in an alley being like, "My life is terrible."
Mm-hmm.
And the way it's drawn, the way it's animated is cool too, because you never actually see Spawn in the light. He's always like a silhouette.
Yeah.
But you get a lot of time with like the people around him, and you get a lot of time with like Wanda and Terry and the bums, Cagliostro, I believe.
Yeah, and if I'm remembering my own pitch from our Spawn episode, a James Wan horror version of Spawn.
Yes.
That's all I want.
Where Spawn
Give
is
me
like
that.
an actual monster.
Yeah. And
But is Michael
occasionally he
Jai
comes
White
in.
returning?
I don't
Here's
care.
the thing.
Whatever. He's a
I
guy
don't
in
want-
a suit for 90% of the time.
I don't want Michael Jai White returning as Spawn, but if Michael Jai White showed up, I would actually be happy about that.
What about Keith
Um,
David?
No, Keith David
I
is the
mean-
voice. That's a given.
Yeah, he does the voice, and he plays Spawn's dad also, because I don't know
Dad
if
Spawn?
you ever. Yeah, that
Daddy
way
Spawn.
you can explain the voice.
Big Daddy Spawn.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that's that. I saw that and I was like, "There's no way we can't pass that up," because, I mean, the headline itself is a punchline.
Yeah. I mean,
like, okay, let's say he does this. Like you asked, is there a strong demand for a Spawn movie?
no, there's, and I don't think there ever will be. Like, it's not like people are rediscovering the original Spawn comics, because I don't.
They're still going.
Right. Well,
Yeah,
nobody
and
is
there's
like
apparently
saying
a new
the-
person who's Spawn.
Huh. Interesting.
It's not
like-
it's not Al Simmons anymore. Yeah.
Well, that's been like for like 200 issues or some shit. But like
Yeah.
nobody's going back and reading those original 100 issues or so, or whichever
am.
run of issues where McFarlane was like the main
the
guy.
distance, Alan's like,
Okay, Alan, you're Alan.
I literally have the first
Me.
the first trade that Greg
Okay, but-
Capullo did the art for.
Okay, but again, you're Alan.
Alan,
I'm
you're,
talking about
you're a
normal
special case in
people.
the fact that you're reading first 100 issues of Spawn, and I'm like still to this day watching like season 5 of Mystery Science Theater, even though there's a brand new season out.
Right.
Yes,
Like,
we're special cases.
Yes, there are special cases. There are special people. I bag on anime and call it shit all the time, and having never watched really any of it, but I will watch G Gundam over and over again. That's
And I'll
just who I
watch
am.
Dragon Ball until I die.
Yeah.
Oh, I know this has nothing to do
So-
with this. Well, technically it does because it's Image.
Right.
I'm still mad that Scott Snyder Savage Dragon thing isn't happening.
He was going to do a Savage Dragon run?
God, I love Savage
It
Dragon.
probably will.
No.
Like,
It was an April Fool's Day joke.
I mean,
They got
it's an April Fool's Day joke, but it's also very plausible.
No. It was. I saw the. It was the cover. The cover says, from the all new creative team of Scott Snyder and Jock. And I was like, is this real? And the owner of my local comic book store said, no, it's only a joke.
Right, yeah. But it could still happen.
Yeah,
because it's a joke now.
That's it's out of the realm of possibility. Hunter, have you ever read the Savage Dragon Turtles crossover?
Yes, I have.
Oh, it's so good.
Yeah.
There's a line in there. It's because it's a color comic, and it's Turtles still in red headbands, and he's like, Donatello. He's like, I'm Raphael. And he's like, you guys wear initials in your belts or something? He's like, it's impossible to tell you guys apart.
I think Image Comics are severely underrated. Like I think we talked about this in our Spawn episode, but like there's a lot of Image characters that are really cool.
There's a ton of Image stuff that's really cool.
Yeah.
I think the problem is like it's defined by the things that people laugh at.
Yeah.
Like Rob Blake.
It's all.
Yeah,
it's all. Well, it's
probably.
also defined by '90s Image, which
Yeah.
is. I mean, to put it nicely,
which is rock boobies and big chests.
right?
Yep.
It's the most '90s thing imaginable,
Yes.
which isn't always a good thing. Not a bad thing either, but
I still remember that that's Two Best Friends play where Matt, when they're doing I think Injustice, and
I
Matt
have not watched that yet.
and Matt is just talking about all the Rob Liefeld characters he created.
My favorite is what would eventually become Marvel vs. Capcom Infinity Captain America, where he has a chest that you could fit another human being inside of. He looks like a blimp. And like
Yeah,
the anatomy
well,
doesn't make any
I
sense.
felt
Like
one of those crazy.
you're like okay, you're telling me he's carrying around that muscle on a fucking regular human frame. I don't care if he is Captain America.
He's Captain Steroids.
He used to be slow as fuck. There's another headline I have here. Something interesting, which kind of ties into some old bad news for us. Gotham by Gaslight getting animated DC adaptation.
Yeah, I'm not happy with this.
Why?
Because DC has not made a good movie in nearly a decade.
What?
You mean what?
It's
Animated
Animated.
movies?
Yeah.
what are you talking about?
Alan,
No,
wait,
they've
I'm
been
not
saying
saying
it with the animated movie.
Fi-
shit out of you.
5 years.
What?
Justice League.
That's
No, like-
still wrong.
No, they're like hit and miss, maybe. Like,
No.
like you get a.
The Dark Knight Returns says hello. Parts 1 and Part 2.
Yeah.
Also, Justice League Dark
Justice
is
League
pretty
War.
good. It's really
Yeah,
good.
and Batman versus Robin is also pretty good.
Salt and
Yeah,
Arkham was
yeah.
not long ago either.
That
Yeah,
that
no,
one
I'm
had
not
Kevin
gonna-
Conroy. I do not like Jason O'Mara as Batman.
Okay,
Oh,
just because you
that's
don't like
a-
Jason O'Mara doesn't mean that you don't like the story.
That's splitting hairs.
Okay.
Kevin Conroy wasn't in Dark Knight Returns, and Peter Weller owned that movie.
yeah.
Yeah, he did.
God, he's
No.
a good Batman.
Yeah, I completely agree.
I'm just
Jason O'Mara
saying-
isn't my favorite.
Ever since
The-
Dwayne McDuffie died, things have been bad.
I mean, that has little to nothing to do with it.
He
At
was
all.
writing the movies.
I know, and
I
at
think-
this point, it's
I think the
I can't
biggest
remember his
misstep
name.
in DC animated films is the fucking Killing Joke debacle.
Yep.
That's the
Yeah,
most
that's,
prolific, like, oops, I think you can probably attribute to them. But, like, their animated front is just fucking awesome. When's the last time Marvel had and this is not trying to start some kind of, like, brand comparison, but when was the last time Marvel had a really good animated film? They haven't.
They haven't. No, if you watch
The
The
Ultimates-
Punisher versus Black Widow, it's fucking terrible. You can't get through
That movie
it.
makes me
It's-
so angry.
There are 10. It's 10 minutes. Or the
All
first 10 minutes
versus.
are awful.
Paul versus
Well, no, okay. All of the Marvel animated original movies are terrible. You can't name one that I will let you say is good. I won't.
Okay.
I won't.
Okay, I'm gonna challenge you on this. The Ultimates is actually pretty
This will
good.
be good.
Yeah,
The Ultimate-
I bought the Ultimates
Ultimate-
1 and 2 yesterday on.
I actually
It's
haven't
pretty
seen
good.
the Ultimates.
It's pretty good,
yeah,
but it kind of
But it is.
it's not as edgelordy as the comics.
Oh, then I will like it a lot more.
Yeah, it's kind of like adult a little bit, but it's like it definitely they cut out a lot of shit.
But it's not saying this A doesn't stand for France.
Yeah.
And then kicking someone else in the nuts.
Yeah,
He kicks like
Okay,
five
so it's
people
not
in the
the
nuts
Obnoxious.
in the initial Ultimates run, I believe,
yeah, he does.
including the Hulk and Giant Man.
Yeah, it's fucked up.
Oh,
But
I'll
no,
try
Gotham,
that
I
one,
guess, like getting an animated film is interesting because the last time we had any kind of like noise from this title was the canceled video game that my heart is still broken over.
No. There was Convergence
What?
in the.
I mean, outside of comics, I mean.
yeah,
Yeah.
during
Like-
during the Convergence when DC moved to LA.
But no, I'm still.
Yeah.
I mean, like it's with that when the game was canceled. Like that was kind of, I guess, the last chance anyone thought that this thing would leave the page.
Yep.
Right.
And was
think
that
it's an interest-
was that day
it's an-
one?
Wait, what was that?
Was it day one who was working on that?
I don't remember. I think they took some of the physics and I'm not sure if they applied them to Arkham or if it was in development before or after Arkham. I can't remember when it was.
It was before.
Supposedly. Okay, then I think
I
they
thought-
took some of that stuff and put it in Arkham.
I thought that,
I know. Arkham was supposed to be also a Dark Knight game, like based on
Yeah.
the movie. And there's like full assets you can watch on YouTube and shit of like actual voices from everybody involved, which is weird to get that far into like a fucking licensed game. And be like, you know what? Nah. Considering most licensed games come as unfinished piles of garbage anyway. But no, I think this is interesting. And I like when they take Batman and just kind of apply him to a different time setting.
Yeah. It sounds interesting. I'd be interested in, and I think that they do their best work when they're not actually doing like a universe. Like I do think that is the problem with the Jason O'Mara universe is that they're trying to stick to a continuity, and I don't think it really helps the stories. Like I think what makes that Dark Knight Returns two-parter really special is that it's one story and it's contained, and they're just trying to tell that story as best as they can.
Yeah, and like there's weird
And-
context they pull from outside of that time period that is still only exclusive to Dark Knight Returns. Like
Mhm.
Ollie having one arm, they reference something that like may or may not have happened between him and Superman. You don't know what happened.
Yeah, and they do a great job of adapting that book. And if I'm honest, sometimes I will reference that animated movie, thinking that I'm referencing the book, because there are things in the movie that I think are so much better done than they are in the book. Like I think that they do certain things just incredibly well.
I think the entire Joker confrontation from start to finish, from the talk show to the Tunnel of Love, is fantastic start to finish.
Yeah.
Okay,
it's
super intense.
Gotham by Gaslight was pitched by Day One.
Okay. What has Day
Interesting.
One done?
They did Fear 2.
Ooh, interesting. I always liked Fear.
I don't think they're right. I think they went out of business.
Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me. Yeah, I like I said, I like weird Batman adaptations. I like weird DC adaptations.
Yeah.
Like you said, Dark Knight Returns. There's also what's it
Batman
called?
Year One
Yes. Oh, Year One is fantastic.
with
Yeah.
Gordon playing Batman.
It's so good. And Bryan Cranston as Gordon also is
Yes.
it's still perfect, and I still think he should have
Weird
played
that
Gordon.
two cast members from Breaking Bad have voiced Gordon.
Mm-hmm.
which is kind of weird.
It is weird. I also liked the Dark Knight animated shorts that were released in between Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
Oh yeah, those are.
I can't
really
remember what
good.
it was called, but it's a bunch of like weird little animated shorts that supposedly took place in the Nolanverse. But like,
Yeah.
it was your chance to see like the Nolanverse interpretations, like Killer Croc and I think
And
Deadshot.
Deadshot, yeah, and a couple others, I think. But yeah, those were really interesting.
Deadshot had an entirely steampunk inspired look. It was awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, there are a couple others that I
Gotham
can't really
Knight?
think of right now.
Yes, Gotham Knight. That was good shit.
Yeah.
I mean, rarely, like DC's anime movies are usually always good. But this Sony animated Spider-Man, I'm wondering what the hell is going to happen with that, because I hear it's going to have Miles.
Yeah, it's also, I think that it's kind of, was it converted to CG or not? Or is it just traditional, like,
Was it
hand-drawn
converted to
animation?
CG? I've only heard it's going to be a CG movie. I haven't heard anything about the animation style.
Okay. 'Cause,
If
like,
it's the converted to CG thing, like, are you like talking about like Berserk 2016?
yeah, that's what I mean.
Whoa,
Yeah.
fucking puke.
Yeah, then fuck that. No, I don't want that. Like,
That weird, floaty, stiff animation.
have you seen the gifs of him trying to walk away?
No.
It's so bad. It's so funny.
It looks like someone up-resed, like a PS1 game model, and it still moves the same and kind of like functions the same, except it just has a really nice coat of paint.
Yeah.
And even the coat of paint isn't all that great in comparison.
So I just did a random search on Spider-Man animated. It brought me to the '90s cartoon, and apparently the third to last episode was or may have been previous episodes too. Was they were doing Secret Wars?
Yeah, before they went into
Spider
I don't know what it
Wars.
was. Well, yeah, but then they went to the other show with Spider-Man on that other planet of like animal people.
I don't remember this at all.
Yeah, they did a second show, and I don't know if it was in continuity.
I thought I remembered that the original Spider-Man cartoon ends, like the whole show ends in a big cliffhanger involving Mary Jane and Hydro.
Yeah, maybe. But they did another show, and again, they never answered like if it was a sequel or not. But he gets stuck on a spaceship with J. Jonah Jameson's son, and they land on another planet where everybody's an animal hybrid. Everybody.
That
And
is
they
some Beast Wars toy selling shit.
Yep. Like there's an Eagle Man. There's
That's
an
all
Eagle
it
Man
sounds
and a
like to
Wolf
me.
Man. Yeah, and it's crazy as fuck.
Let's have Spider-Man fight a bunch of half-animal people,
Yeah.
and then we'll sell toys.
Yep.
Oh snap! The untitled animated Spider-Man film is computer animated.
Yeah. With Miles as the main
Yes,
character.
Shamik Moore is playing him or is voicing him.
So, is this theatrical?
Yeah, it will be.
I heard.
Yeah,
It's their way
that's-
of getting people familiar with Miles.
Weird. 'Cause you're gonna
Yeah.
Leave
the Sony stuff is already so confusing, because, like,
Leave
fucking-
Schreiber,
oh shit.
Mahershala Ali, from AKA Conmouth.
Fucking Conmouth.
Yeah. They're going for all-star cast with this.
Okay, so we have the animated movie, and then we have Spider-Man: Homecoming, which is now part of the
Right.
MCU, and now we have Venom, which is
Yep.
turned into Carnage,
Ugh,
and Black Cat and Silver Sable,
God.
all probably in the same 5 years. This could be a very
So,
interesting
How
Spider-Man.
long? Okay, so I can't talk about this till we talk about Homecoming, but how long till we get a Prowler movie?
A Prowler movie?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I don't
I feel like they're probably feeling the itch to, like, man, we got a younger actress now. We can totally do this fucking Aunt May spy flick. First, Aunt May really upset me because she was like, "I'm totally doing Aunt May movie." I'm like, shut.
Well,
Stop it. I like you too much. Keep your mouth shut. Don't put that.
Also,
Don't put that fucking evil on me, Ricky Bobby.
Alfred Miles from Atlanta. Yeah, Brian Tyree Henry is playing Jefferson.
Is Donald
Miles.
Glover somehow in there because he's now obligated by the fan base to appear in anything Spider-Man related?
I don't know.
That poor guy. Everyone's
Yeah.
like, why isn't he Miles Morales? I'm like, because fucking Donald Glover's like 35.
Technically,
Yeah.
he was Miles on.
He was, yeah. He was in the animated show, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Then they
Like him and Peter met and everything.
Then they introduced Spider-Gwen.
right.
Yeah. No, there's some people I've seen who are like, they're
I hate-
disappointed that he's not Miles in Homecoming. I'm like, okay, look, again, he's in his 30s.
Right.
He's playing young Spider-Man fucking Miles Morales. Get over it. It's not happening anymore.
God. I want to talk about that Prowler thing so bad, but I can't because you haven't seen it yet.
Yeah.
I want to talk about it.
I'm still mad about what happened to actual Prowler in the comics.
Okay.
Yes, Alan, please tell us what has
fuck off.
happened to this Spider-Man villain.
Right.
No. Prowler was originally he was the roadie to Peter Parker. Then he got killed and cloned by Jackal.
Okay, that brings up something that I want to address. Okay, so people are freaking out at the fact that Peter is on a roller coaster called the Cyclone. Stop. Please stop.
Wait,
okay?
This is a reference even lost on me.
Okay, so people are posting pictures of the Cyclone roller coaster from Coney Island, and they're circling the clone part of Cyclone.
Are you fucking kidding me?
That is
Are
fucking
you
stupid.
fucking kidding me?
Are they trying
And
to
they're
connect
freaking out.
Are they trying to connect it to the Clone Saga?
Yes.
Yes. There are people who think that they're going to do the Clone Saga, and it's like, okay, stop, guys.
Do they realize?
Fuck off.
If that is all of your evidence, pack it up. Case closed.
Do they not realize that there's only going to be 2 Spider-Man films in the MCU?
Well, apparently he has a 5-movie long
that's-
MCU story, according to news.
Right, but that includes the Infinity Wars. I think they're going to renew the deal. I don't think that they're, like... Because even after seeing the new Spider-Man movie, it's the second best Spider-Man movie ever
Okay,
made.
yes or no question. I saw something that led me to believe this happened. Is there a Tom Hardy cameo in Spider-Man Homecoming?
No, but Logan Marshall Green is in the film.
That's
You mean
confusing.
Commander Shepard?
Other Tom Hardy?
Yeah, also star of the hit show Quarry from the producers of Banshee.
And also
better.
one of the stars of Prometheus from a pile of trash.
We don't talk about that.
what?
No, he's great in Quarry. But he's in Spider-Man. He's the first Shocker of the film. Because there are 2 in this in the movie.
I
that's
love how this news is coming out like a few weeks after there was an Amy Pascal Kevin Feige interview where she's like, well, these movies will take place adjunct to each other, and like Kevin Feige just swallows really hard and looks terrified. And she's like, shut up, woman, please stop.
Kevin Feige likes to play it close to the chest, though, so it's no surprise. Yeah, it's
Amy Pascal
interest.
should really just
Barton and
never
Hell.
show her face again in public for anything marketing related to this series, because she's already like come out and said it's gonna be a hard R horror movie, and then was like it's gonna be funny like Zombieland. All right, it can't be both of those things.
Yeah, what the fuck are you even talking about? Get fucked.
You can't. I mean, Zombieland is a hard R, but it's mostly comedy and drama. There's really nothing scary about it. If you can't pitch hardcore rated R horror and then say comedy, it's not going to happen. Further evidence that, like, outside Tom Hardy, they don't know what the fuck they're doing with this movie.
Yeah.
Just assuming it even still happens.
I mean, I think the Tom Hardy one will happen.
Because the minute Tom Hardy gets a new schedule and he's like gets something that like conflicts, he's gonna be like, I'm out.
Yeah, fuck this.
Probably.
You ain't pulling a gambit on me. Get the fuck out.
Yeah, so fucking poor Channing Tatum is like just sitting there in his like off season, like he doesn't have any films making, he's just like twiddling his thumbs. He's like, might as well call Kinsberg.
Well, he's making Logan Lucky, so
see what's happening there.
yeah, I don't know. If it means that we get more Logan Luckies in the world, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah, like calls Kinsberg is like, he's like, back in it. I got it. Breaking up. Gotta go. Bye.
Yeah, but also Taylor Kitsch is sitting over in another corner, just crying.
Taylor Kitsch is like, everything I do turns to shit.
Remember the Covenant?
I'm leading man material.
Even that True Detective season I was on, and I was good in that.
It's like I saw that cast. I was like, fuck it. Like before the season started, I looked at the cast and I was like, fuck yeah, Taylor Kitsch is actually get some like recognition for being like a decently good actor. He's not bad. He just makes bad decisions. Actually, he doesn't make bad decisions. He has shit luck. Because
Yeah,
like,
you think-
who'd have thought that the follow-up to one of the best like HBO miniseries the last few years would be such a fucking shit show?
No one. Literally no one could have predicted
Season
this.
2 is such a fucking inexcusable pile of crap.
Like, it's a
Can't
bunch of
believe
good
it.
performances, but the worst writing
With
I've ever
nothing
heard.
tying it together.
It's so bad.
Do you think Brian Singer calls James Marsden at like 3 a.m. in the morning, be like, "Please come back, please"? And then
Probably.
he's
But
like, "No, I'm in Westworld now. Fuck you."
It wasn't me who killed you off screen, all right?
God.
Stickbag Ratner.
Yeah, James Marsden, such a unlucky person.
Yeah, yeah. He had to play Cyclops.
He
I feel
kind of
bad
gets
for
like
him.
third wheeled in Superman Returns.
He really does.
And is murdered off screen in fucking X-Men 3.
So bad.
None of his relationships work out. Shit, in Westworld, he gets like shot like every 4 episodes?
Yeah.
I think he gets shot multiple times an episode. Like, there's one point where he dies 3 times in the same episode, and it's like, oh, he's the Rory of the show.
Or of the show. Yep.
Yeah, I got
News really to talk about yet. I mean, the news lately has been dominated by Homecoming stuff. It's obviously.
Yeah.
So anything
I
else
mean, I guess-
that would be buried underneath it. I'm lucky I found this fucking Todd McFarlane dig, so I thought it was hysterical.
Yeah. Well. Yeah, if we had like 40 minutes, I would say we should do like a pre-State of the Marvel Universe. But I mean, we can still do that if you guys are interested.
Yeah,
but...
why not? I mean, because like Homecoming's now in the bag. I'll see it next week. But I guess Peter's going to be a very important figure going forward for the MCU, I suppose.
Oh,
yeah, it
because
seems that
22,
way.
The story with Homecoming 2 being the start of the new MCU story.
Yeah, that was something that they sort of dropped.
What do you do after Thanos, now that you've already burned through Ultron?
I think that
have
you
a
go
few
back
ideas.
Grandmaster.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Also,
I
Fox
think-
has Galactus.
I think magic becomes a big focus of whatever they do in the future. I
Like,
think
what becomes the big universe-threatening fucking force?
I mean, Dormammu, I think. Like, I think it literally becomes, like, magical creatures coming from other realms, and, like, Doctor Strange becomes a major facet of this whole universe, which I'm not the biggest fan of, because that movie was fine, and Benedict Cumberbatch did a good job in that role, but I'm not... Like, when Doctor Strange shows up in Infinity War, I'm not going to be excited. You know what I mean? Like, I'm
not
excited.
Really, I'm not excited for anyone. Yeah, okay, that's the exception because Black Panther doesn't afraid of anything.
Right. Like, I want Black Panther.
But I'm more excited to see the new pair-ups that are inevitably going to happen. Like that one Instagram post where it was Robert Downey Jr., Mark Ruffalo, Benedict Cumberbatch, and who plays Wong?
Benedict Wong.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
There's 2 Benedicts.
No, Benedict Wong.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Benedict Cumberbatch.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, fucking buddies.
Damn it, Alan.
But it's the
Good
4 of
job.
them sitting together eating lunch and it says like the Science Bros Unite. And I'm like, that's a fucking grouping I want to see on screen.
Yeah, that'll be interesting to see.
I also want to keep seeing more interactions between Spider-Man, Falcon, and Bucky.
Yeah,
Oh, no,
definitely.
him. I guess off screen they like Anthony Mackie and Sebastian Stan have this gag where they're like Tom's a jerk. Like they're like he's an asshole. He's always sitting in his trailer and everything. Fantastic stuff. But I mean, Infinity War is looming on us. I'm sure we get a trailer soon.
Yeah. I
have not been more nervous for a Marvel
Yeah.
Yeah.
because now
that'll
that it's
be
closer and we're like
interesting.
I'm like I don't know, guys. You've kind of shown us you're not willing to take risks.
I mean, they have to kill someone, right?
Okay, I hope
Like
I
that-
hope the beginning of the movie is them killing half of everyone.
I would love that, actually.
If
Like,
Tony
it's-
Stark makes it out of that movie alive, then they really have no regard for taking a chance.
I have a feeling
Right.
that one of them is going to die.
Either
It's
Cap
gotta be-
or Tony's going to die, or both of them, to be
Right.
honest.
It's got to be one at least. Although if they decided to kill Thor, which I think is actually the safe choice, I wouldn't be against it.
No, I
And
wouldn't
I
either.
think, and I think like the cold, hard reasoning behind that is like The Thor movies haven't done as well as the rest of the movies.
Yeah,
in this
almost
year.
like, it's like a weird business sacrifice. Like,
Also,
Thor
they
movies
can-
don't really that good. We don't really need them.
They could be like, oh, Thanos killed a god. Like,
Right, and they can replace Thor because it's been done pretty recently.
It's
And
been
like,
done
Can we
recently
talk about
twice.
the rumor with the Punisher?
what? Is there another rumor he's going to be in a movie or something?
No, it's the comic rumor. It's rumored that he's going to become the next War Machine.
that's actually awesome.
That's kind of a cool
Yeah.
thing, actually. That's a really cool thing.
I
That
want
sounds
that
insane.
to happen.
And I love it.
I want that to
Only
happen.
because, like,
That'd be great.
that sounds really cool, and also, like, within the confines of, like, the Marvel Universe, that is a profoundly stupid thing to do. And I really
Yeah,
want to see
giving-
it happen. Because, like, who in
That's
their
the
right mind would
dumbest
be like,
idea.
hey, Frank Castle, completely unhinged, murderous psychopath who has a body count that's thousands high. Here is this suit of inventor armor that has lots of guns on it. This sounds like a solid plan. And there's
Yeah,
nothing that can
this is
possibly
like putting
go wrong.
claws on
He
the
won't-
whole...
He won't fly away and immediately start gunning down criminals with his high-powered, high-damage suit.
God.
Yeah.
It's so fucking awesome.
Like,
I
it's
want
like
that to
the
happen.
game. He's like, I'll just hang out 2 blocks away and hit him with Scud missiles for my shoulders.
It's like that movie Rampage, where the guy just goes on a killing spree in body armor. But
God.
over the entire
Why
Marvel
did you have to bring up
universe-
Rampage? God damn it.
Thanks for the upgrade, Danvers. Fucking part of the one who gives it to him.
Yeah.
They're just like, this won't go wrong.
Yeah, no, not at all. Yeah, there's no.
I have an incredible amount of foresight.
And to what Hunter mentioned, fuck that whole thing.
Yeah.
Fuck Wolverine. That is the dumbest shit.
Okay.
That is
I
like.
still think
that
it's
is like-
hilarious.
it's like strapping. It's like drawing evil, angry eyes on a nuke. It's completely unnecessary.
No, that's what. My analogy is like strapping knives to like a grenade.
Yeah. Why?
You trying to pick it up? Ow! I cut
And as far
myself.
as I,
Actually,
as
that
far as I
sounds
understand,
kind of effective.
they're what's it called? Are they part of Cap's secret empire? Is that what I understand?
Yeah, I think so. Does that thing ever get a name, or is it just like?
What? I think it's called the new Weapon X, which is weird because like, how do you have a new number 10? Wouldn't it just be like you just keep going sequentially? Wolverine's like,
yeah,
I
I
was
mean-
Weapon X. Someone else is like, yeah, well, I'm the new Weapon X.
They have to be at Weapon 53 by this point.
I am I am Weapon X.2.
Yeah. Yeah, Infinity War comes out next year on May 4th, so...
I
Yeah,
can't
I
believe
feel
it's
like-
a year away, and like the only one like I was very tepid about Spider-Man because Sony, and because the
Yeah.
trailers felt very spoilery. Apparently, it's not the case. There's a lot of stuff that's in the trailers, not the movie. So thank God for that. But still,
It's really-
it kind of breaks down like the movie's entire plot.
Yeah, it
In,
breaks
like, 90
down like... It breaks down the very bare bones of the plot.
Yeah, like them showing me that Tony takes the suit back is not something I wanted in the trailer.
Yeah, that's a really dumb idea.
Really weak for that.
And it
But I
does
guess hey,
spoil
you guys saw it. And
little bit.
Spider-Man's fucking great, apparently. So there's that.
Yeah.
And then what's next? Black Panther, or is there something coming out of this? Oh no, Thor's next.
Ragnarok is first.
Thanksgiving.
And I think Ragnarok is to give us a real look into what Infinity War will be, depending on how that movie ends. I've always...
The current word is that it takes us right to Infinity War.
Yeah, and I've always thought that, like, Infinity War and the Thor movie that precedes it should end. And I've had this theory since, like, the second Thor movie. That movie should end with Thor losing and, like, just, like, almost coming close to death and, like, just completely fucking everything up. Landing on Earth, half dead, and they're like, what the fuck happened? And he's like, Thanos. And that's the last word of the movie. Or that's the beginning of Infinity War. Like that's how the movie should end.
I mean, they gotta pay off this fucking nightmare sequence from Ultron.
Yeah. Well, which one? But yeah, because Tony has one too.
Okay, can't talk about that. Never mind.
Yeah. But
I'm just really excited to talk about Homecoming. I'm sorry, guys.
same. But yeah, Ragnarok looks exciting. I think. I've heard a lot of rumors about characters of certain sizes and varying power abilities, so it'll be interesting to see how that movie works
What
out.
you just described with Thor crashing to Earth, that already happened in Marvel Comics.
I know. That's why I wanted it to happen in the films. Except
at that time it was with Nova.
Right.
Oh yeah, I remember that. I think. I want to see where Loki fits, assuming he makes that a Ragnarok.
Yeah,
Because I think they seem to have been like, he's really popular. I don't think we can afford to keep him a bad guy anymore.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Phase 4, or I've heard a lot of rumors that they're eliminating phases at some point.
Wait, what?
They're gonna stop naming them. They're just gonna
obviously
keep on
that
going.
makes sense. That just makes
but
sense.
they'll stop
yeah.
saying Phase 3, Phase 4, whatever, because they're like, that gets a little bit boring. But I wouldn't be surprised if they just start doing Loki movies.
I would love to see that run where Loki ran for president. That'd be a great.
Oh man, that was great.
Yeah.
Or he dies in Infinity War.
Maybe.
I doubt he will. I doubt he will.
Or if we're gonna kill Thor, he takes Thor's place.
I mean, or maybe he dies and it's like that solo book that they did for Loki a little while ago where he's like a spy, like in a multi or
Oh yeah. Okay.
he's like a spy for Asgard, like going around the universe, like doing missions for Freya, I want to say, but it's not him. It's like a good version of him, like the good essence of him from before he died, and like he meets original Loki at some point. So yeah, it's interesting. That would be an interesting take. Like, oh, he's like a good clone of Loki, and his ultimate villain is himself. That would be an interesting thing to see on film. So yeah.
Because they position him at the end of Dark World as an antagonist, and anything I've seen in the trailer so far lead me to believe that he's probably going to be on the good guy's side.
Yeah, because it seems like Hela wrecks some shop.
Yeah.
Real hard. Yeah, those are crazy, and I get more excited every single time I see them. And then looks like the next one after that is Black Panther.
Which, oh my god, I cannot contain the hype I have for Black Panther.
Yeah, that movie is gonna be
I just
incredible.
I just can't wait. Like, Andy Serkis just looks so great. Michael B. Jordan is amazing in everything he's in. So, yeah,
that trailer also has like a completely different vibe from anything Marvel has done so far.
Right.
And I think getting Ryan Coogler involved is just brilliant.
Yeah.
Because he's gonna make something regardless if it's under the like Marvel guide, I guess, like, you know, under Feige's supervision. He's gonna make something that you haven't seen in this movie universe before anyway.
Yeah. It'll at least be interesting, which would be fun, and it looks like he's doing something very different. It's
also like, this is a nice change of pace because Black Panther's already been established as a complete fearless badass.
Right.
So we're going into his movie not like anyone else's, where like he doesn't have to go through the origin struggle, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Like he's established as the
things.
fucking man.
Well, T'Challa is going to be T'Chaka is going to be in the movie.
Right. You're probably gonna get like little bits and pieces. Like they're gonna explain. Yeah, they're gonna explain that the ring gives him his powers, probably, which is something that they hint at in the Civil War. But they're like gonna give us like some solid information on that, which will be interesting. Yeah, I can't wait for that one. Because I haven't been this purely excited about one of these movies since Winter Soldier. Like just like completely like, oh, I want to see this, and I can't wait. I haven't had anything on that.
The Black Panther is cool push is almost as transparent, but just as welcoming as the make Aquaman cool again push that DC is doing right now.
He's always been cool though. Fuck the haters.
Can we talk about the casting for Luke Cage season 2?
Was there casting announced? I didn't.
Yeah, two villains.
Oh.
Oh no. Who we get?
I mean, which racially what's the word? I'm trying to think of where this
black.
Right, like which racial epithet are they going to bring to screen and make it completely palatable for modern audiences? That'll be interesting.
Mustafa,
Because if you look at the original designs,
it's basically Bushmaster and Nightshade.
huh? Okay, they don't need to change the female one, or whoever that is. Let's see.
So are all of his villains snakes?
Yes.
No. Please no. Okay. Let's see.
Also,
That
the thing
was a
about Nightshade,
wonderful response.
she's appearing in Black Panther.
Okay, Nightshade's costume can remain completely unchanged. Like, maybe we make it a darker purple,
Okay, wait, hold
then
on.
she already
Is she
fits.
gonna be in Black Panther like she's gonna play someone else entirely, or is she gonna be the same character in both movies? Because
Well, no, she's
We've-
being
Oh,
played.
God.
the MCU and Netflix universes have no worries about casting.
No.
Wait, now
Alan?
Yeah,
Alan? Alan.
I really hate you guys for this.
Alan. But yeah, no, but this other guy, Bushmaster, they need to go back to the
Bushmaster.
drawing board on his costume.
wait, I'm sorry. Bushmaster?
Yes.
His name is not Bushmaster.
His name is Bushmaster.
God damn it.
Nightshade, on the other hand, is responsible for Capwolf.
Okay.
Catwolf's great, though.
Yeah, so I'm instantly in on this
Hang on.
Nightshade.
What kind of
thing.
Bushmaster are we getting here? Are we getting...
God, I love Catwolf.
Are we getting half man, half cobra with Wolverine claws? Or are we getting man in incomplete looking spandex suit with sunglasses?
I hope we get the second one.
I really want to see a half man, half cobra, because if you can, if you want to make this show any more ridiculous than the last episode of season 1, just go full ridiculousness and just give me the half snake man.
I mean, before the show came out for the first season, I remember being very angry because I thought, wait, are they just going to have the bad guys turn into snakes at the end? Because that's the only thing that
Yes.
would be interesting on screen.
Do it. Do it. I would laugh my balls off.
But yeah, the snake theme, I'm really done with it though. Like, just stop.
It's also like at one point you just look at it and go like, okay, like are you all in the same club, or is it just a large amount of lack of creativity in the villainous regions of Harlem?
right.
I think they're all part of the same crime family, technically.
So,
It'd be-
okay. So it's like the Dick Tracy Rogues Gallery, but they're all a bunch of like snake obsessed losers.
Yes.
That's,
Yeah, if they give them a reason for being into snakes, but they don't.
I can't wait until Serpentor shows up.
Is that a He-Man character?
It sounds like one.
Does sound like one. They just change a letter or an emphasis. I'm Manny Faces because I have many faces.
I think he's either a G.I. Joe character.
Mm. That sounds right.
Serpentor is a G.I. Joe character. He's
Yeah.
he's Cobra's boss.
Yeah. When
This
the
does-
series just
this
went to
does-
shit.
This does look a bit like Serpentor. I'm not gonna lie.
I just realized Ant-Man and the Wasp is a year away also.
Holy shit! I forgot about that one.
Yeah. Also, the guy who played Kim Jong Un from The Interview is going to be playing a Shield agent in the movie.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Interesting.
So
There.
looks like Shield is making a comeback.
Yeah, I mean, if you're someone who seriously thinks that the shows and the movies are still in the same universe, they've been back for a while, but
Someone in
Those
the
people are
movies,
crazy.
someone in the movies is like, yeah, where's Agent Coulson? And everyone's just like, who?
Coulson's
met
dead.
I've never met
As-
that man before in my life. He's never existed in this universe ever
Yeah.
before.
According to Joss Whedon, he's been dead for years.
Yes.
So, yeah. And then Captain Marvel is like 2 years away still. Sad. But, that'll be interesting.
It'll be here eventually.
I'm excited for the next few movies. Like, I think we've been in kind of like a meh period with solo films. But
Yeah.
I think also it's because like we saw them as Marvel was realizing like maybe team up movies are the way to go. Maybe like putting the Hulk and Thor in one movie is a good idea, and maybe putting everybody in Captain America 3 just to give it a bigger feeling is a good idea.
Yeah, definitely.
It's like it was like Avengers Light.
Yeah, I mean, and like Black Panther like has his own mini Avengers squad. It seems
Yes.
like it seems like a very complex movie, which will be interesting.
Yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready to wrap up if everybody else is.
Yeah,
right.
I am.
What else to talk about? Hey everybody, this has been a very interesting episode of the Phantom Zone. We talked about a lot of stuff. You can follow me on Twitter if you want, at Western Commander. I don't tweet that much. I don't really have a reason to, but please give me a reason. Follow me.
You can follow me on Twitter at AA
On Twitter at Davenports.
Yep.
Did you step on his fucking clothes?
What the hell?
Wait, what just happened? Oh, I didn't hear you talking. What the fuck? Thanks, Skype, making me look like an asshole.
It sounded like you just tried to get your shit in real quick over his.
It was really weird.
He's like, you can follow me, and I hear like, you can follow me on Twitter, Davenport.
Arlen, please keep this in.
Yes,
damn it, no.
Fantastic.
Yeah, I mean that's the beginning of the Hunter Haro Civil War there.
I guess you can find also Hunter on Twitter at Davenport. Now that he's told us.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can find me on Twitter at the Almir. You can also listen to me, Hunter, and Connor on Video Game Hour.
Yes, indeed.
And you can also, on Sundays and Mondays, watch us play Dark Souls 2.
Yeah. And
Yes.
the Video Game Hour, that's a podcast that is hosted on this site. I believe it's called losthorror.wordpress.com.
Yes,
where
it
you
is.
get all
Yeah,
kinds
man.
of news and information and other podcasts. Well,
I didn't even know. I just show up to work.
other podcasts singular, but for now. But who knows? Maybe that will change.
Maybe there'll be a podcast about how fucking old I am at some point.
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
That's
and
like every
apparently,
podcast,
apparently a
That's
podcast of
not
Connor
even a joke.
talking about crazy shit. So that'll
Eventually.
happen.
I've completely scrapped the first episode, so I'm
Jesus
taking a new
Christ.
topic. I know. I realized that Rasputin was no longer fun to talk about because I'm like, yeah, he's a cool mystic, but I would have to spend probably 30 minutes just telling everybody who the fuck he is for this to make any sense.
He's got them crazy eyes. I'm telling you.
He's got them crazy everything, and that's the problem. So I'm just switching. So it's gonna be a little bit of revamp. Should be alright though. Talk about something a little more interesting. Anyway, hey, that's been Phantom Zone. If anybody else has anything to say, I think we can get out of here.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Fuck X-Men Apocalypse.
Bye.
Bye.